36,400,000. This is the number of intelligent civilizations we can expect to find in our galaxy, according to the famous Drake equation. For the last 78 years, we've been sending everything about our civilization into space, our radio, our television, our history, our greatest discoveries. We've been shouting our presence at the top of our lungs, wondering if we're alone in the universe. 36 million potential civilizations, almost a century of listening, and nothing. We are the only one. That's what I thought until about 5 minutes ago. A transmission appeared on every frequency I listened to. I knew immediately that such a signal did not appear naturally. It must have been artificially produced. It appeared and disappeared with a constant amplitude. I quickly realized that it must be some kind of binary code. I measured 1679 pulses per minute during transmission. This was immediately followed by silence. At first, these figures made no sense to me. They seemed to be jumbled, meaningless disturbances. But the signal was so perfectly constant and appeared on frequencies where we had not registered any activity so far. I took another look at the transmission I had recorded, my heart thumping in my chest. 1679 bits. That's the exact length of the message called Arecibo, which was sent by humanity 40 years ago. I quickly began to adjust the frequency, and after just reading half of the information, my hopes were confirmed. It was exactly the same message. Numbers from 1 to 10 in binary notation. The atomic numbers of the basic elements of which organic compounds are made: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus. The components of DNA, acid. Someone heard us and wanted to tell us that it was in there somewhere. Then it occurred to me that since this message was broadcast 40 years ago, life must be at most 20 light years away. It's possible an alien civilization so close that it could be contacted? After all, this would revolutionize every field I've ever had the opportunity to work in: astrophysics, astrobiology, The signal came through again, this time slower, as if more thoughtful. It went on for about 5 minutes, with a new number of bits appearing one after the other. Although the computer was recording the message, I also began to jot it down on a piece of paper. 0101, 0101. I knew immediately that this was not the same information as before. My thoughts were racing. I was dying of curiosity as to what these numbers might also contain. The transmission ended at 248 bits, far too few to contain any meaningful message. What can be sent to another alien civilization in just 248 bits? On a computer, such a small file would be limited to only text. Could this be the case? Is an alien civilization really sending us a message in our own language? As I began to ponder this, I realized that it wasn't entirely impossible. After all, we had transmitted a lot of information in quite a few languages for over 70 years. I started to decipher the message with the first code that came to mind: ASCII 01001011. That would be K. 01000101 is E. When I finished deciphering, I felt my stomach rise in my throat. The words lying in front of me explained everything. Keep quiet or they will hear you.